In this lesson, you will learn about the manager-worker pattern, architecting a multi-agent system where a manager delegates specific tasks to specialized worker agents. The manager-worker pattern is the cornerstone of complex agentic workflows. It solves the generalistic agent problem where a single model is forced to be an expert in too many domains, leading to degraded performance. Let's understand the mental model, decentralized intelligence. The problem is a single large agent attempting to perform complex multi-step tasks, that is coding plus SEO plus data analysis, often loses focus, suffers from context drift, or produces inconsistent output. The solution: use a manager worker hierarchy. The manager is a high level reasoning agent that defines the strategy and decomposes the request, while workers are specialized agents optimized for specific tasks. Let's understand the multi agent architecture. We have the component, the responsibility, and performance driver. For the manager agent component, the responsibilities are task planning, coordination, and synthesis. Performance driver is high reasoning. For the worker agent, responsibilities are execution of specific isolated domain tasks. Performance driver is specialized. For the communication bus component, responsibilities is secure message passing between nodes. Performance driver is shared state. Let's understand the core mechanics. First is the task decomposition. The manager breaks the user's high level goal into a directed acyclic graph of subtasks. Then the specialization: each worker possesses a focused system prompt and a specific set of tools or functions suited to its domain. The last is conflict resolution. The manager evaluates output from workers, validates results against requirements, and iterates if necessary. Let's see the practical task and the scenario. The scenario here is you are building an automated content factory. The manager agent receives a topic. A worker A generates an outline and worker B writes the content. If worker B's content is too long, the manager must instruct it to revise. You need to perform the following tasks. First is define a manager agent with a prompt for task decomposition. Second is define two worker agents, each with a specific system prompt. Third is implement a simple loop where the manager sends a task to a worker and checks the output for length constraints. So this is the Python code. You need to use this source code in your Azure Python function. As you can see, manager decomposes the task, then the manager delegates the task to the worker, and then the manager validates the output. Let's understand the manager worker quick reference. Core principle: delegation. The manager should never execute the task itself. It should only decide who executes it. Architecture: use a shared state object like a Python dict or Redis hash to pass context between workers. Best practice: keep worker system prompts focused and narrow. If a worker needs too many tools, it's a sign that the task is too broad and should be split again. Summary: the manager worker pattern scales by modularizing intelligence, allowing you to swap out or upgrade individual workers without refactoring the entire system. Pro tip for production: always implement a max retries count in your manager's logic for every worker call. Without a loop limit, a manager can get stuck in a feedback loop with a worker if the worker repeatedly fails to meet a validation constraint.